Welcome back, my fellow anime lovers. So, Demon Slayer Episode 2 was released, and I'm gonna be honest, it's one of my most favorite episodes in this anime so far. Probably number 2. No, definitely number 2. Number 1 goes to the Never Give Up episode from Season 2. Season 2 was amazing. It was incredible. Every episode was a banger. But, I did not have that high hope in this arc, Hashira Training Arc. But compared to Swordsmith Village arc, this is getting really intense. It's building up for that final arc, Infinity Castle arc. So it's getting really good. Okay, so the first episode was great. They learned about the marks and stuff, and Giyu was acting sus. I was like, what's this dude's problem? He's such a cool Hashira. Like we have seen him destroy the demons, just like that. And he's like, I'm gonna be a lone wolf, I don't need any friend. But this episode changed all my views on him, and now he's probably my number 2 favorite Hashira, after Gyome. Alright, so without any further ado, let's just jump into the episode. We're not gonna react, because reaction is overrated and cringe, but we're gonna talk about some important key moments in the episode, so let's go. So at first, this freaking majestic crow managed to convince Tamayo to go to the Demon Slayer headquarters. Now I'm not a big bird person, but now I want to have a crow as a pet. It's amazing what anime can do to you. You never know. From anime girl pillows to having a crow as a pet, and it can also make a grown man cry, just like this episode. So as I said, in episode 1, Giyu was acting like a dick. And I was kind of wishing Sanemi to slap him to senses. Like, this is such a serious moment, and he's like, yep, I'm out. But then the master, being the legend that he is, as we all know, sends Tanjiro a letter. Let's talk to Giyu. Of course, he cannot talk to him. He's about to die. Or is he dead? I don't know. In season 1, I was like, he's going to fight with Muzan, right? With all the others. But apparently not. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. He's the main man, everyone respects him, and he cannot even fight. And I don't know what happened to him, what disease it is. Is it because a demon beat him or something? Or is this the same disease as Muzan had? Because he mentioned in an episode before that Muzan is the sole blemish on his family. It's gonna be an interesting reveal. So anyways, he sends Tanjiro a letter, and Tanjiro is like, yes sir. And trust me, this mission got me hyped like no other demons, This is the mission I was excited for. And then Tanjiro arrives at Giyu's residence, and let me tell you something that most people are ignoring. He lives in a fucking mansion, okay? It's a huge house by old standard. So I think the Hashiras earn a lot of bucks, They're probably millionaire, as they should be, of course. Like, they're the only useful members of the whole Demon Slayer corps. All the others are just NPCs. So I guess they deserve to be billionaires at this point. But anyways, Tanjiro reaches his residence. He is not fully healed, Tanjiro, as you can see. And then he calls him, and he ignores him. That's typical Giyu behavior. And then Tanjiro's journey as the best stalker in the world begins. He destroys Giyu's privacy like no one's business. And this is the part where Giyu managed to piss me off again. I'm not the Water Hashira. He's like, I was expecting you, Tanjiro, to be the next Water Hashira. Like, dude, how can you have such a low self-esteem, Like we have seen in season 1, he destroys a lower moon and his dad, the spider guy, just like that. If I was in his place, I'd be like, no moons, okay? No upper moons, no lower moons. Bring me Muzan, please. I'd straight go for Muzan. It doesn't matter if I die in 1 second, but my ego would go higher and higher if I had that kind of power. And here we are with Giyu, with his low self-esteem. And until this point, I was like, I hate this guy. I respected every Hashira, but now it's just too much. I can't handle this. And then Tanjiro does his job as a stalker incredibly well, He was following him everywhere. And then Giyu was forced to tell his backstory. Now that's a life lesson, If someone is trying to ignore you and stuff, destroy their privacy. Don't. But it seems like it works. Okay, he was apparently a friend, the best friend of Sabito, whom we know from season 1, right? His ghost trained Tanjiro in the mountains when he was under Urokodaki. Anyways, it happened, and then Tomioka passed the final selection without actually defeating any demons, and now he has the survivor's guilt. And immediately I was a big fan of Sabito and Giyu because I can relate. And then Tanjiro said a line, a punch line, which really punched him in the face, by the way, and brought back memories from the past. And right when Giyu was about to say, "Yes, I'm going to train with you guys," at that moment, Tanjiro fucked up. Not really, but you get the point. He started to act goofy, and then they were doing this competition, an eating competition, with these faces on. And it's the best conclusion I've ever seen. Giyu's mentality has changed, and Tanjiro gave the master's word to be persistent, and I think he was much more than that. He was beyond persistence. The master would give him an Oscar or something, and the most important details of this episode comes after the actual episode ends, interestingly. And what's that? Giyu's Haori, the coat thingy that he wears. Like I always thought, it's a style maybe, half different and half different, but there's a meaning to it. There's a sad and deep meaning to it. Half his Haori is this color, which is from his sister's Haori, and half is this color from Sabito's Haori. Now, I have a question. Did he cut it in half, and then stitched it? Or is it a completely different cloth with the same pattern and color? Huge question. Because if you cut clothes from a dead person, that would be really weird. I like this kind of episode where we slow down a bit, we talk, and there is more writing, more interesting plot than just dishung, So yeah, this was a great episode, and I hope all the other episodes in this arc are interesting as well. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, or the next video, whenever it is. Take care, stay awesome, goodbye.